Hi, everyone, and welcome to our first episode of the Vandal Career Corner podcast. The Vandal Career Corner podcast is meant to be a resource for students in their career journey in providing insights into the career landscape and tips for professional development. I'm your host, Saffron Brooks, career consultant here at the University of Idaho. With that, let's get started. What are you interested in? I don't know. Well, do you have any hobbies? No. Have you ever volunteered at anything? Eh. I want to say that I made up that conversation, but I haven't. When talking with incoming freshmen, there is becoming a noticeable trend that many students just, well, aren't involved. To be clear, it's okay if you haven't participated in activities or hobbies or volunteer opportunities. Maybe you had to work after school or had a family dynamic that didn't allow for exploring opportunities. What we want to encourage, though, is not staying in the mindset of being unwilling to explore new horizons of interest. Exploration is part of the college experience. And what better time to try out something completely new and different than what you have previously? Whenever we at Career Services are participating in tabling events, there is something we consistently tell incoming and current students to do, and that is to get involved. Specifically, to join a club or to volunteer. Why? There are so many reasons why. Let's start off with the basic reason. If you're a freshman, transferring student, or non-traditional student, it can be hard navigating a new place where you might not know anyone. Joining a club can help minimize the friction of getting to know people while having a common goal to talk about. I mean, why wouldn't you want to nerd out with people about purling techniques for knitting? Jokes aside, I want to come back to the idea of friction. Post-COVID, there was a dramatic negative shift in learning how to interact with others in an in-person environment. In being willing to interact with peers, connections can be established that will help buoy a student in their ability to thrive in the college environment. It is in these spaces that one can learn how to navigate the friction of building new relationships in a welcoming, neutral space. Plus, we have over 200 registered clubs on the U of I campus. 200! That's crazy. Quick note, if you would like to peruse the list of all of the clubs on campus, you can find the link to Engage Idaho in this podcast description. With that, let's check out a few of our options on Engage Idaho. Okay, so we can go super niche and fun with the Paradise Audubon Society. That's birds. There's a photography club. Wow, there are seriously so many options for involvement on campus that are genuinely fun. There's even a Denny's club for getting together to play board games at Denny's. Oh, hey, look, we have a Pokémon Go club. I totally called it. In contrast to the more niche clubs, there are also professional clubs on campus. For example, there is the Tau Beta Pi Engineering Society, which, if you are an engineer, maybe you should look at joining that. Or maybe something like the student chapter of the American Society of Landscape Architects, where you can develop professional interests in landscape architecture. This actually leads me to another reason why joining the club is a great idea. According to NACE, the National Association of Colleges and Employees, the top skill employers were wanting to see on a resume at 85% for respondents was the ability to work on a team. Even if your club is the Pokémon Go club, but does anyone play this anymore? There are still elements of being a team player. Joining the club can demonstrate on a professional level that you are willing to show up to something consistently, even if to oneself it might just feel like Tuesday night Pokémon Go. The beauty of being at a university is that if you can't find a club you like, you can just create your own club. A great example of this is a student starting, I don't know, maybe a chapter of the World Cube Association. In other words, you can get your friends together and nerd out about Rubik's Cubes. All right, I've spent a little bit of time on the importance of clubs. But what about volunteering? That's really something entirely different, right? Well, not necessarily. At surface level, volunteering is done as an activity to help better society and tends to be an unpaid position that you can take your own time out of the day to do. However, the same can be said for joining a club, particularly if one is an active member in it. Both could include elements of talking with people about your club or volunteer effort and getting people interested in participating. Maybe both the club role and the volunteering role need someone to coordinate getting people together at the same time in the same place. Volunteering, even though is a role that is unpaid, is an activity that has the possibility to lead to being paid. How cool is that? You're doing something that is meaningful and helps people out and has the potential to turn into something that you can get paid for. All of this sounds like a win-win to me. Did you know that students who volunteer or participate in a club also feel more successful with their college experience? According to a survey from Inside Higher Ed, they found that 39% of students participating in even just one activity helped them thrive at school. This meaningful participation can dramatically shift a student's outcomes for their college experience, ranging anywhere from helping mental health to providing connections that can become networking opportunities for post-graduation. But where can one get volunteering experience at the University of Idaho? Well, we have Give Pulse, where the university and the local community will post volunteer opportunities. The link for Give Pulse will also be linked in our show notes. All right, so we've covered some good reasons why a new student should go join a club, and also some good reasons why volunteering is a great thing to go do. Did you know this all can count as experiences that you can put on your resume? Going back to my previous point about employers looking at resumes and skills that you can put on them, this is a great way to show your ability to work with a team or show leadership skills. You can categorize it as leadership experience or volunteer experience based on what you do. And this can demonstrate to employers you know how to apply what you learn in the classroom to the real world. Navigating the University of Idaho is a big step, with many opportunities along the way. Ultimately, the point to all of this is to encourage you to be brave and bold. This is Vandal territory after all. Plus, there are options for building friendships, discovering new and exciting passions, not being homesick, and developing skills that can translate to building up your resume during college, so you are ready to hit the job field running after graduation. Thank you for listening, and as a reminder, you can find career services on the 3rd floor of the iSub or schedule an appointment with us on Handshake. Check out our website for other career resources and upcoming events, such as Career Fair. Be sure to follow us on LinkedIn, YouTube, and Instagram for important reminders and other fun content. You can find the links to all of these in the episode notes. Here at Career Services, we are so excited to provide career resources to Vandals in an engaging way and help you navigate your next steps after your degree. Your future is our mission, and as always, go Vandals.